Hi. Okay, mushrooms. Now, we're very, very lucky to stay out on the farm, and the weather has just been perfect for it, and the farm is full of field mushrooms. Yeah, now, I just want to make this really, really clear. I am no expert at mushrooms, okay? Peter, who's a farmer and he's lived on the farm his entire life, knows exactly these mushrooms. He won't touch anything else if it looks mildly different. Okay, so I want to underline this. If you're not sure of what you're going to eat, do not touch it. Okay, if you're not 100% sure. For me, and I'm going to post this a little bit later, if you'll look and follow the link below, you can follow the recipe. All right, now the recipe essentially is a base, and with that you can make whatever you want. Mushroom soup, mushroom risotto, mushroom sauce, whatever. All right, use your imagination. Mushroom polenta, you know, just a creamy base, and with that you will take the base, add extra milk or cream to make it your own. But this is a way, if you've got specials up in the vegetable shop, if you want to take advantage of those specials, go buy a bunch of mushrooms, cook it up, keep it in the freezer. I put it in vacuum bags, you can put it in Ziploc bags. 3, 4, 5 different ingredients I use. Onions, just your normal onions, red, white, whatever, shallots. Use whatever fancy French acronym you want to use for them, or fancy name. Garlic, okay, and mushrooms, milk, and normal cow's cream. Once again, when I'm cutting the onion, I don't go through any fancy stuff. I just take the nip off the top there. From there, it gives me something to peel the dry leaves off with. For this case, just going to dice it the way I dice. There's a million ways to do everything. All you have to do is agree on the one way. Cut it that side, and then I use my knife and I just dice it through. When I'm cleaning my garlic, I showed everyone this last time, they wanted to see it again. I put my weight on it, I wait for the crack. Once you've got the crack, rub it together like that, and you'll see all your garlic will separate from the husk. When I'm cutting my garlic, you can either cut it or you can grate it. It's up to you, your choice. Okay, there's all these fancy garlic crushers. Whatever you takes your fancy. I take the back piece off, cut it there, continue that strain there, move it to the side, even garlic pieces. The ratio I normally use is to every kilogram of mushrooms, I use 500 grams of onions, and to every onion I use 1 clove of garlic. All right. Then I use 200 milliliters of milk, 200 milliliters of cream, salt and pepper to taste. Okay, these are going to vary. If you like more cream, put more cream. If you like more onions, put more onions. I do use more onions than most people. I like onions, it gives them a nice robust flavor, but I take advantage of those sugars in the onions, I brown them off, it gives it a nice robust flavor. So change your ratios to whatever suits you. Yeah, just on the mushrooms, I'm going to basically chop them into chunks. Your knife skills, if you buy 10 kilograms of mushrooms, I promise you your knife skills will improve. Okay, but I've got a lot of this to do, so I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I've been doing some chopping. I'm going to save you from the mass production crap. All right, but basically 500 grams of onions, 1 kilogram of mushrooms. All right, there was 4 onions, so 4 cloves of garlic, 200 grams of cream, 200 milliliters of milk, salt, pepper, pot, pan, coffee for David. Okay, so the first thing I do is I try to take advantage of the onions. Onions has a lot of sugar in it. A lot of people say just throw your onions and garlic in together. Garlic has a lot more sugar in it, and you'll find if you put your garlic with your onions when you're frying it, the garlic will go brown first and eventually turn black before the onions turn beautiful golden brown. So I want to take advantage of the onions. the flavor of the onions or the sugar of the onions. So I'm going to fry these to a golden brown. When it reaches golden brown, I'm going to add the garlic, and that will be a couple of minutes and it'll be perfect. With the mushrooms, I've always found, and I never understood, it was not, I didn't not understand, but the issue was, if you put the mushrooms into the pan, what happens is they sweat off and they start to boil, and you've got this black sludge that you try boil away, and it makes your whole thing not look appetizing. So what I've discovered is that by dry roasting my mushrooms at 180 degrees, all right, I retain the flavor, okay, and I don't sit in the pot doesn't start to sweat through, and I don't have that black sludge going through with that. All right, so in the oven, 180 degrees, until they almost dehydrated. But next thing I'm going to do, onions on the stove, good amount of oil, start frying them off. Now there has always been, and a lot of people say to me, "Ooh, should I wash my mushrooms? Should I wash my strawberries?" Okay, if you're going to wash them, okay, unless you sanitize them, you're not going to get rid of anything that's inherent on the strawberry and or the mushroom. So the cooking process, if there are any bad bugs, will kill that. All right, unless they're off where the toxins actually continue, and that's what makes people sick. But I don't see the point in washing the mushrooms. If you do wash the mushrooms, what happens is the mushrooms are a sponge. They absorb all the water, and then when you cook it, it comes out anyway. Yeah, your call. I don't wash my mushrooms for that very reason. My onions are browning. I'm going to add the garlic, and my mushrooms are almost dry enough to actually add in. So if you have a look in here, nice and golden brown. Okay, the browner you make it, you know, I liken it to sugar. White sugar tastes sweet, caramel tastes amazing. It's exactly the same product. Okay, so just taking advantage of the sugars. Okay, I'm going to add my garlic. Okay, mushrooms are almost ready. I think they're ready. You'll see that there's a slight bit of residue. If you're going to use black mushrooms, it's going to be blacker. If you're going to use button mushrooms, they'll be whiter. All right, so if you're going to, like, the field mushrooms are quite a soft mushroom. So I've now cooked them. They're already cooked. Garlic's been frying for a couple of minutes. I'm going to add the mushrooms into there. Pot's nice and hot. So any residue that's left over from the mushrooms will just evaporate almost immediately. And you'll see the volume has gone right down because of the dehydration, you know, the removal of the moisture. Everything has so much moisture in it. Okay, so that's been added. Now I'm going to add my milk, 200 ml of milk. ,200 ml of cream. Okay, now a little bit of sugar. Let's engage all those taste buds. Some black pepper. And some salt. Once again, this is a base, okay? And to me, if you're going to make a small batch of mushroom sauce, make a large batch and freeze some. That'll just keep some reserves in the freezer, so when you run out of ideas or you run late in traffic, quickly out the freezer, cook up something, and you've got something great. It's not chips and takeaways. All right, enjoy.